Back to another Workout Wednesday, and this week what we're going to do is we're going to go through various stretches for your entire body. And now stretching is a great way to both prepare for and recover from any kind of physical activity you may be doing. In terms of prepping for it, it helps loosen up all your muscles, and which helps prevent injury, and which stretching is great at doing anyways, and it also improves your flexibility as well. And then it's the same deal afterwards. Once you're done working out, running around, exercising, doing whatever, it's great to stretch and loosen up all your muscles, because they're going to be really tight. And again, if they're tight, you're going to have a higher chance of hurting them. And also it just helps you release some of that tension built up as well. Stretching is also really good for you mentally as well, because you're focusing on your breathing, in and out as you're doing each stretch. You're focusing on the stretch itself and what muscle you're targeting when you're doing it. And it's really just a good way to center yourself and either prep if you're doing it before some kind of physical activity, or afterwards. It helps you calm yourself down and wind down. And this is where yoga kind of comes into play as well, and because yoga is a lot of the same, it's just a lot of stretching, various positions, breathing, and it's just really good for you. Now we're going to start at our head and work our way down. And so to start, we're going to do some neck rolls. And to do those, we're going to lean your head to one side, and you're just going to tuck your chin down, and you're just going to roll your head all the way around to your other shoulder, but then stop. We're not going to roll on the back of our shoulders, because that's dangerous for us. So we're just going to go to one side and then go back. And we're just going to do that for anywhere between 10 to 30 seconds typically, is however long you want to do it. However long is up to you. But so that's a great way to stretch our neck, is a nice little neck roll. All right, now moving down a little, we're going to go to our arms. And what we're going to do for our arms is we're going to take our one arm, doesn't matter which one, you're going to pull it across your body and use your other arm to hold and pull it. And we're just going to sit here like this, and you should feel a stretch all through your upper back right here, and a little bit into your triceps as well. So we're just going to sit here and do this, and then again after 10 to 30 seconds, whatever you want to do, you're just going to switch arms, and we're going to switch and go the other way. And again, 10 to 30 seconds, however long. All right, and now we're going to take our arms again. We're going to take one arm, put it behind our back and head like this. Then we're going to use our other arm and pull it down, and you should feel your stretch all through your triceps rather, and kind of up your or down rather your upper back. And we're just going to sit here and pull down a little bit. Don't pull further than it goes. However far it goes is however far it goes for you. Everyone's different, at different stages in their flexibility. So we're going to do that, and then once again 10 to 30 seconds. Then we're going to switch and do our other arm. And again, same thing, just pull it down, don't force it. Just, once you start feeling that stretch is where you want to hold it. A great stretch we can do for our chest, and it's going to be hard for me to demonstrate out here because I don't have anything, but if you can use any kind of solid object that's not going to move. But what you're going to do is, so like against a wall, you're going to put your arm this side right up against the wall, and you're just going to slowly turn, and you should start to feel a stretch all through your upper chest right here. And then, once you do one way, you can do it the other. And, you're just sitting here, putting your arm against the wall, and just slowly turn, keeping your arm stable, and then, not moving, and just slowly turn and open up your chest. And now the next one we're going to do is for our, back, and it's going to be a trunk twist. And then, it's a little harder to stretch because, it's more of a motion rather than an actual holding of a stretch. But all we're going to do is you're just going to, stand up, make sure your body straight up. You're just going to turn, twist as far as you can, and we're going to go back the other way. And you're just going to keep doing that, making sure you're feeling the stretch on each side. And that's all it is. All right, and our next one's going to be for our quadriceps, which is our muscle right here on the front of our leg. And what we're going to do is we're going to stand on one foot and use our hand to grab our foot, and we're just going to pull our foot back. And now this is also going to test your balance a little bit, because you have to maintain your balance. And if you're while you're doing the stretch, and so if you're having a hard time, maintaining your balance on your foot, try to look at something that's stable, that's not moving on the ground or wherever it may be. So, so if you have a chair in front of you, look at the chair. If there's a tree, you look at the tree. Because if you're looking at something that's going to be wobbling, you're going to start to wobble too, and you're not going to be able to maintain your balance. But, it's just the same thing. Once however long you stretch it, you're going to switch legs. Ooh, there we go. Just going to switch legs. Be sure to pull your foot up to your butt, and that's how you're going to get a nice stretch in your quads. All right, next up, we're going to do our hamstrings, which is the muscle on the back of your leg. And now for that, we're going to put our feet together, and you can have a slight bend in your knee, not a really big one, slight if you need it, or straight. What we're going to do is we're just going to go straight down and touch our toes or the ground if you can get that far. And while you're doing this, you want to keep your back straight. You don't want to be all hunched over like this. You want a nice straight back, and you're just going to go straight down and touch your toes, or again, the ground if you can reach it. And the further down you can go, the better the stretch you're going to get. But again, don't force it. Once you start feeling that stretch, and that's when you want to stop. And then, as you go through different stretches multiple times, you should be able to go a little further each time you do it. All right, and for this next stretch, we're going to be stretching our calf muscles, which is the muscle on the back of your leg. And for this, we're going to have a staggered stance, which means we're going to have 1 foot back and 1 foot forward. And on the forward foot, we're just going to lean into it, and you should start to feel a stretch up the back of your calf on the foot that's going forward. And as we're doing this, we want to keep our heel flat on the ground, because that's what's really going to give us that nice stretch. And then again, once you're ready to switch, just switch your stance, lean forward, and you should feel that stretch right up the back of your calf, and maybe even further down towards your ankle, which is totally fine. But again, like always, don't overdo it. Once you start to feel that stretch, that's when you stop, and you want to hold it right there.
Hey everyone, thanks again for tuning into this week's video. Make sure you give us a like, give us a follow, subscribe to our channel, share the videos with your family and friends, and remember to stay healthy and stay well. We'll see you next time.